Follow me here. Now let's slow this down, shall we? Let's unwrap this one step at a time. So, what more is possible now? Let's get started. This is unwrapping the new internet. Remember Steve Jobs, those crazy enough to change the world? Well, here we are again. The new internet, the new money, the new voting. You are being called, and you know who you are. The ones crazy enough to change the world, we are calling you now. It is time to join the future now. Now, follow me here. Joining this grassroots global movement, global revolution for the future allows you to co create the real future we are all choosing now. We choose it very clearly over a corrupt, centrally planned, draconian darkness over the planet and a loss of freedoms for all and rights for all and lives unnecessarily for many, which is centrally planned for us all. That's very clear to those that are crazy enough to see what's happening. So let's study what Steve Jobs told us. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels. Is that you? The troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently or the way they really are. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, or imprison them. About the only thing you can do is ignore them because they, follow this, change things. Now, they push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius because the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones that do. So let's talk about the new internet, the new money, and the new voting. You are being called. You know who you are. Why? Here's a deep dive. I'll just cover a quick picture there. As an example, the grassroots timing. Is this the killer app of crypto? Owning a piece of the new internet and every company that's already being built on top of it? Is this history in the making again? And it went from, a device that can fit in your hand to a device that can fit, I don't know, in a baggie or in a pocket. I mean, like a device so small that you can, I don't know, carry it anywhere. And boxfuls of these are ready and already shipping around the world and already well tested because this was 7 years of development so far. Follow me here. Are you looking at a new iPad? Are you looking at a new iPod? Are you looking at a new iPhone? Is this the killer app of crypto by the crazy ones that can change the world and have before? So let's talk the deep dive. Here's a mission statement of the new internet. Okay, follow me here. Listen carefully and hang on every word. Internalize this forever in all time and space dimensions. The new internet will bring back individual sovereignty to a worldwide economy. The new internet will rebuild the internet in an unhackable fashion. It will provide a viable alternative to the devastation caused by hacks and thefts of all kinds to governments, municipalities, hospitals, crypto exchanges, you name it. Build a new, and in fact, hacks of utility companies have already caused death. Imagine how big that can happen in a war, an e-war scenario, which the CIA called would be the biggest form of war 20 years ago already. And predictably, they also called the demise of the Soviet Union within 10 years very accurately, and that's exactly what happened. So they tend to do their homework. 3, we want to build, and we already have built, a new worldwide economic system based on honesty, openness, trust, democracy, and transparency. 4, implement a new DAU. I'll cover what that is, and a democratic system with a voting system where the individual's influence is weighted based on contribution. And 5, establish a fair system with room for everyone to earn their place in the new internet. This has been built. Here are the fundamental principles of this new internet. Let's be honest. The world as we know it is full of corrupt leadership, centralized money-grabbing leadership, and inexcusable censored control over our lives worldwide. And actually the existence and continuity and future of our lives and that of many generations with mRNA, experimental DNA altering shots, etc., planned, forced. The time is past due for the people of the world to unite, to live in harmony, obviously, finally, and regain control of their lives, because fiat has caused the disharmony as much as can be reasonably obtained. You already know this if you're one. The new internet aims to put the power back in the hands of the people worldwide when it comes to banking, free trade, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of information, freedom of unethical censorship, right to privacy, and the right to a truly democratic system where their vote matters and is actually counted. Welcome to the new internet, the first revolutionary concept that aims to achieve all of these rights within a new internet and a network utilizing a very advanced blockchain technology. The founders of the New Internet Project understand that in a picture-perfect world, everything would be 100% decentralized in all facets, although the reality is that limited governance is still needed as the world is truly full of many bad actors. Therefore, the New Internet's goal is to focus on true democracy and as much decentralization as reasonably possible. Making sense? Getting this? Let it sink in now at the deepest level of your consciousness and your super consciousness, because you are the one. The new Internet's core infrastructure will maintain a small amount, but necessarily centralized control over what is implemented in the code base. This is strictly to ensure what code is added to the project's core is truly honest and fair. Now you can hear I'm surrounded by rings of guard dogs in the Citadel. This is the future for Bitcoin, right? While combating the potential for bad actors to attach the code base and to attack, and attach to the code base. With blockchain technology, the code base is law, and nothing can sabotage the laws written into the code. With that said, the focus of the dev team or the development team is to develop a voting system which allows the community to help drive the direction of the project. It's already working in principle and is getting coded further. And it's a really exceptional community already built over the last 7 years. Now here's the new internet, how it works now. The new internet with its universal coin, get this, follow me here, listen carefully, with its universal coin, has a very unique model, which has been built over many years with the minds of multiple very intelligent contributors. The overall idea of the new internet is to keep everything as completely decentralized as possible, including the modification of key numbers in the system like block reward. There's no such thing as corruption, pre-mining, influence peddling, influence buying, control blocks, rich lists with majority wallet owners, or no such thing. You can do your homework. So follow me here. You are the one. Listen carefully. The new internet is something that is subject to modification, both with and without vote initially, as the development team may need to make changes without having the option of waiting for vote to be taken and completed. This is only until we have finished the voting system, with your help, implemented into a next big release, besides a fantastic new user interface that we expect soon. With your help. If you're still listening, you are the one. Step up. You're that 1%. Crazy enough to change the world, and come step up and co-create this new future with us. This initial new internet, by the way, is very likely not to be the end, but the beginning, and to keep evolving into an even continuously superior new internet by design. Now, listen, the initial new internet is one that the team and the contributors believe will work out well to start this new internet and get things moving in the right direction, which already has been done for 7+ long years. So here are 5 sections of this new internet. We structured a new internet that puts the power back into the people's hands with a fair system for all and a limited governing system designed only to allow the dev team to push updates to the chain automatically. Of course, no other blockchain can do that. On top of many other things, there's way more than a blockchain. New internet, new money, new voting, new justice, new government. Think about it. It gets even deeper. New security, the new telegram, the new trusted communications. The new internet does not infringe upon your right to free speech, free trade, right to information, nor the right to build together the future that you choose. All major decisions on the new internet are and will be made via a vote by every leveled account. Admins of sub-community groups will be empowered to censor and manage their content. Individuals are empowered to navigate the new internet and decide for themselves what content they wish to see or not. The new internet dev team is not empowered to censor content or users by any means. And this is a very key part for the protection of your freedoms. So, Section 2 of this new internet. The new internet has its own decentralized trade portal that features true peer-to-peer transactions without the need for a middleman that historically, obviously, has proven to be flawed. Centralization equals power to abuse. Simple formula always happens. Middleman, power to abuse, power to take, power to seize, power to stop you, stop your money, stop your future. Do you see that working out in the alternative to the new internet? This new internet will have its own decentralized hosting service. That's where we need your help right now for websites, blogs, data storage, social media, and encrypted communication. A lot of it's already foundation. It's already foundation. It just needs to be built out. The foundation is already in place and extraordinarily strong. You can study the code. The code is law. Help us find any security glitches, but the foundation is there. People who are actually looking at the code are saying, oh my God, like literally, we should just rebuild all of Bitcoin on top of this. This is so much better. You know, and what's Ethereum? I mean, it doesn't even hold a candle. Like, yeah, it's like, I mean, Ethereum started with flawed, you know, hacks on its DAO and went back on its principles at the very beginning. It's on a flawed foundation right from the very beginning. Okay, and so the new internet will have its own decentralized mesh network and satellite technology that encrypts data and ensures your privacy and is quantum proof. Oh, you didn't hear that here. The new internet will provide infrastructure for virtually any third-party, ethical, public, or private project to be built on-chain and to take part in the new economic model within the new internet, okay, and its entire network. Already being built out, already in place. Section 3 of this new internet, it will never be empowered to censor nor force a political agenda or a corporate agenda upon its people, or a secret agenda upon its people. The argument for the dev team having a limited power of governance over censorship has been discussed and agreed to not be implemented. This is a result of experiencing big techs and big governments, you know, big banks, slippery slope into the bleeding of lines with censorship and political bias agendas. In other words, total control over and covert influence. As you can see, unfolding for a very dark planet indeed. If you and I and all of us don't step up to change the world now, is going to be anything left if we don't? Think about it. The new internet will never have any sort of censorship oversight from the dev team level. The developers, by design, will not be able to touch it. So think about it. This new internet is not influenced by centralized or moneyed interests covering up the truth and harming many generations by its very foundation, or even stopping many generations from existing by its very foundation. It is up to the group admins and the individuals themselves to decide what content they wish to see. There is no hiding the truth. It's a great revelation. Section 4. Think about this, ponder it, internalize this. Absorb this now. Follow me. The new internet will enact a delegative system where the voting system allows a project to be community-driven and ideally designed to outlive us all. Outlive us all. Now remember, I promised you DAU. In a revolutionary, decentralized, autonomous universe, DAU form. Not going back on its principles. Not getting hacked. Already long proven. And we welcome your assistance in getting further, because this is everyone's future here. We have to rise the tide for everyone's boats simultaneously. We must work together. We must coalesce. We must finish forming this new internet and this new future. Section 5 of this new internet. Everyone within the new internet is expected to engage and contribute in an ethical fashion. The new internet provides an opportunity for the world to come together despite our differences. If we are all here with the genuine intent of furthering mankind, ourselves, and our kids' futures and our own, and building a brighter future for all, then obviously the new internet is destined to succeed and positively impact the world. This new internet will put and has been putting the power back into the people's hands worldwide. We have it minting capable in over 40 billion devices spread all around the world, plus more than 40 billion devices right now. Completely installable and mintable. New money 2.0, new internet. Let's call it new money 3.0, new internet 3.0. Okay, new web 3.0, new voting, new security 3.0. Take it further, okay? Put the power back into people's hands worldwide. Anybody with an Android, anybody with a cheap laptop, anybody with a Chromebook, a student can mint new money 3.0. Decentralized internet, anybody? 40 billion devices, that's multiple devices per man, woman, child, and baby alive on this planet, can mint right now. No centralization, no killing the power grid and the environment. Think about it. So, put the power back into people's hands worldwide. Now, you know, you've heard, we united we stand, or divided we fall. If we are going to reinvent the wheel, which we have, we must have patience, respect, and understanding between us all, because we're going to continue reinventing the wheel. And we want it not to be a square block, you know, with an incredibly bumpy ride that falls apart because the parts can't withstand the jars. We want it a smooth, rolling, continuous evolution of this new internet. We need your masterminding IQ added to it. So here's the big picture of the new internet. Follow me here. Okay, it's going to get deeper. We promise a deep dive. The new internet is much deeper than simply decentralizing the world from the tyrannical central control as we know it. It is true that the dev team will not have any direct censorship control over the chain, so the world will truly be able to come together as a collective, get this, consciousness or super consciousness, masterminding super consciousness. So whether the gateway is to get people to the new internet, is the interest is a new fair model for mining cryptocurrency, or a new internet for the freedom of speech and information, or a new internet for the right to privacy, the bigger picture is much bigger indeed. Follow me here. This is a moment in mankind's history where free will allows us to come together without outside forces having any influence over us. And we again reach a safe haven and a new world, a new planet, a new reality for us and our kids, for and through a collective super consciousness, a mastermind globally. That's why we're calling out to you, the top 1%. As the world becomes more technically capable of sharing information, despite these massive censorship attempts of big tech and the overtly corrupt leadership with their sinister private interests backing them and paying them, the world has become even more, and I use this loosely, quote unquote, woke. Of course, there's also a massive attempt to misinform others, but together we've begun to synchronize and unify, nonetheless, the truth, the ultimate meta truth, right? The senior levels of truth. And just putting that aside, that concept aside, the internet is designed to become a new internet where the real information we seek can be found without big tech or government censorship. Articles, videos, social media, private communications cannot be overthrown, including video and audio, already functionally working in the labs, okay, for even though it's not rolled out yet. The foundation is there. I promise. The foundation is there. You can study the code. We hope you will be as impressed as everyone else has been. No comparison to Bitcoin or Ethereum. Far beyond it. As a matter of fact, already has surpassed Litecoin, okay, and Ethereum in key indicators, and Bitcoin in key indicators. We have more nodes running now than Litecoin, which is the silver to Bitcoin's gold. We've already reached 10% of Bitcoin's active nodes in just a few months. Now imagine what's going to happen if Bitcoin accomplished in over a decade what we've accomplished in a few months on a much stronger foundation, and that's why. Foundation, right? The admins of their groups can censor their subcommunity by the way, and individuals can decide what content they wish to see or not. Hence, individual sovereignty is here. Now, obviously, we have a lot of development needed, so we're calling all developers, all super geniuses, contributors on every level, hardware, software, architecture, systems analysis, promotion and contribution, and community building, and more. We have a really special community, very much unlike others. And so we want to preserve that, and so we're gatekeeping this. You know, maybe 1% of people watching this video will actually get a chance to participate. So make sure you're one of them. Chase us if you are the one. And so we have a lot of development still needed, but the big picture of the internet, it's already here, allows for a true, decentralized, autonomous universe that is community-driven with zero dev team censorship control, a fair economic model for individual sovereignty, a whole infrastructure for a whole new internet already in place and rolling out, and it can be rolled out across up to 40 billion plus devices right now today. Right now today. Get this, it's here. Let's move now while the iron is hot. Strike. infrastructure for third-party ethical blockchain projects to be built, and much more. The picture to be painted is that the new internet is capable of allowing the world to finally come together for real information, real conversations, and real systems that sinister intent among us cannot sabotage. We cannot be sabotaged anymore. The truth cannot be sabotaged anymore. The future is here now. Reach out, grab it, make it so, and receive it internally into your DNA for generations to come, because we are all children of this world on an ever infinite journey of growth, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, whatnot. But there's a dark force amongst us that historically and presently attempts to divide and distract us by any and all means. It is time, and I'm calling each of you, it is time for the world to come together. It is time to wake the fuck up and get with it right now. The future demands your participation now, or there may not be one. The sooner we can truly synchronize and wake up, the sooner we can collectively begin our journey to leveling up our higher levels of consciousness. So I'm glad that you like my French. Do you get this? Follow me here. This is the real threat posed to the corrupt dark forces who attempt to suppress the world's children, and worse, to the world's children and the rest of us. It's a roll of dominoes, and we're all connected. And people are playing with our future and our planet's future unsurvivably. This is our mission and individual duty to change. We are all simply the messenger who needs to pass the message on to the next messenger, because word of mouth is the best marketing tool to organically grow the new internet worldwide and its community worldwide and accomplish our goal of getting the entire world, it's hard to define it, but synchronized and truly awakened, or acting in its own self-interest and truly awakened, and self-destructing and anti-conscious, and darkly unconscious. This is the major fork in the road where mankind and womankind and all the rest regains control over their lives and understanding of the facts surrounding everything to our present, past, and future. The new internet is much deeper than mining cryptocurrency, freedom of speech and information, and so on. This is all about a collective consciousness that empowers us all to begin and help lead others to the true journey of spiritual, superconscious, conscious, physical, mental, you name it, personality, and other growth in achieving higher levels of all these and consciousness overall. Our mastermind IQ skyrockets on this planet, and imagine what will be accomplished for harmony, for peace, and for prosperity for all. Because the countries and the planet itself is full of natural resources to completely sustain this level of population and far beyond. Even studying deserts and the greening of deserts, it's possible to sustain enormous quantities of much greater population and have much greater prosperity and peace as a result, and happiness and health. So all the truth that has been subverted, we're calling it forward here in the global mastermind. We believe good will always prevail over evil. The common good of the people of the world can prevail and will prevail by synchronizing with the new internet's infrastructure so that the truth emerges and can no longer be hidden. The code speaks for itself. We welcome everyone to verify the code, assist in finding flaws, and in whatever needed patches. And together we are this new internet. We are the chain of truth. So welcome to, and please be part of the collective superconsciousness of the new world. The new internet, the new money, the new voting. You are being called. You know who you are. The ones crazy enough to change the world, we are calling you now. It is time to join the future now. Join this global grassroots movement now for the future and co-create the real future we are all choosing together. Now, we choose it clearly over a corrupt, centrally planned, draconian darkness and the loss of freedoms and rights and lives unnecessarily. You know who you are. I'm calling you now. This was centrally planned, and we are standing up, because here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the ones that saved the world, the ones that changed the world. Yeah, they were called troublemakers. The round pegs and the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules. They're not fond of forced, imprisonment. They're not fond of forced loss of rights. They're not fond of forced loss of life. And they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but about the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because we are here and we are standing up. because we change things. We push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy people who are crazy enough to think that they could change the world, we are the ones that do. You are being called. You know who you are. The new internet, the new money, the new voting. Get started now.